One means go, motherfucker.
Oh, I knew that. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Homie House podcast. Where tonight we have a very special day because we're going to be playing Dungeons and Dragons with me, Momo37, as your lovely dungeon master. Which, if you haven't played D&D, you're a nerd, one. But two, means I am every entity in this world that I'm going to take you into. Every entity except for who is joining us tonight, Pluto, who is going to be playing
Cleo,
class of,
sorcerer.
and Dragonator, who's playing.
Daniel Thomas, class of fighter.
And we're going to have a lovely, lovely time. Is everyone ready to start? Or does anyone want to, I don't know, say a little bit about their character?
Daniel Thomas is a zombie character that Seth made a long time ago, made as a random encounter, and I eventually took him over as a character.
My character Cleo is a character I made in like junior or senior year. Our other friend is her brother, but we don't really talk about him because he's he gets a little bit frisky, and she's a kleptomaniac. So
It's gonna go great. It's gonna go wonderfully. But if that's all you have to say about your characters, we can start with I need one of you to roll a d6.
you do it.
4.
4. So,
You know,
we come to a land, very vast plain, in a city 3 days long called the Citadel. This is on the biggest continent of the world of Dor.
Thor.
We see our heroes, Cleo and Daniel, in a tavern in this Citadel. In the Market Ward. Tell me, what is Cleo doing?
Obviously, is there a fire? Is there like a fireplace?
Fireplace. The setting on the inside is a medium. It's not like the worst, but it's not the best. There is a fireplace kind of in the middle on the far right, surrounded by what is 3 rugs kind of in a half circle and chairs kind of surrounding that, with the bar at the back far left and stairs that go upwards onto a loft above that.
So, I'm sorry. So there is or isn't a fireplace?
There is a fireplace.
All right, then she's most definitely right next to the fireplace, trying to touch it.
Okay. Do you end up touching it?
Most likely.
Wonderful. Daniel, what are you doing?
Where the fuck were we again?
You're in a tavern in the Citadel. You're here for whatever reasons your character may be here. This is a trade city, so it could just be to buy goods. It's well known for artificing and other trades. It's a big guild hub, so you could be here for trying to find a pack or something. Really, everyone kind of comes here.
Uh-huh. Uh, it was like a town. So you said it's a town hall, right?
It's a tavern.
Tavern. description.
So on the inside is the the fireplace, kind of in the middle on the right wall, surrounded by the kind of half circle of rugs. There are, I'd say, about 7 rows of chairs kind of on the right side, and then the far back left there is a bar manned by 2 bartenders and stairs right in front of that go up to a loft, which you assume carries the uh, lodging for anyone who may want that. You see that there is closer to the door when you come in on the left, there is a door that goes back to what you could assume is a kitchen or a storage room. Only staff seems to go in it. There are a moderate amount of people in here. It's, I would say, probably a little bit before noon, so there aren't too many people in here. Mostly the day drinkers or already passed out drunk ones from yesterday.
He probably. Oh, hello. Speak, Seth.
Hello.
Okay, good. I had to put a noise gate down because they were hearing Rachel's mic as well. So
Oh, we love that.
Rachel, speak. Speak.
Hi.
There. That'll work. Um, I assume since you said there's like a few like doors around, I guess he'd be or looking at the general stuff there.
That is definitely doable. That is definitely doable. You guys are in the market ward, so this is where the bulk of the shopping uh, experience is. There are merchants from around the world. There are master craftsmen. There is basically anything you need plus some.
Yeah. You'd probably be looking at shops, stuff like that. See what all nifty stuff is there.
Okay. Coming back to Cleo. Before you touch the fire, one of the staff definitely stops you.
Oh.
After they stop you, do you continue to try and touch the fire?
Yes.
Okay.
You
I'm gonna
get stopped
touch it.
again.
Stops me again?
They stop you again.
No. I look over. Look over.
You look over.
Who's stopping me?
Ah, you'd like to look over the person.
Yeah.
So the person who stopped you is what looks like a slightly tall dwarf. He is stout and round like a dwarf, but he's like 5'6". He is like a behemoth. Um, but like literally every time you get like close enough to where like it really starts to like you really feel it, you just hear him go, "What are you doing? Stop!" And he like pushes you back a little bit, and then you scooched forward, and you just hear him go, "What the fuck is with this kid? Did someone lose their kid?" Before he pulls you back again.
I want
Um,
to touch the fire.
are you old enough to even be in here?
Yes. 108. Well, I'm old enough.
And what's your race?
That's
Yeah, I don't know. People are weird. You see him go. At the bar, there is a wood elf female with very nice, kind of off goldish hair. You see him say, "Open a book for satyrs." How old do they have to be? And you see her take out this like big book and like flip through the pages before, after a second, She holds a thumbs up to him and she goes, "Okay. I'm gonna have to ask you to not interact with the fire anymore. Okay?
Why?
Because fires aren't supposed to touch you,
I can
and
make
you
my
seem to be
fist
trying to
into.
touch the fire.
I can make a fist.
So you're a magician too.
Ah, shit. No!
Okay.
Oh, begin?
Um, hey.
You.
Oh.
Yes.
I
Really not one.
I just have to sit really closer now.
I think it's because I'm trying to like do that so we don't hear Seth or they don't hear Seth through the mic as well, but it's not really working out because Seth is loud.
Loud man.
So try speaking again.
Who?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
While I'm speaking. Oh.
Seth, speak.
Okay. Hey, how you doing?
Be louder.
Hey, how you doing?
Louder.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay, good.
um, but in this ordeal, it kind of shifts back to Daniel. Daniel, what probably catches your eye first is a store called the Gnomish Knickknackery. It's a very nicely made building. It seems like the brick around it has even been carved or like etched. Um, and it has these like big windows showing off things like you see a mechanical bird and what looks like if you took a robotic spider and mixed it with a really weird pig. It's just full of the weirdest adventure. Um, and I need you to give me a perception check.
Okay.
Nice first step.
Okay. Wisdom, right? Or is it intelligence or perception?
Wisdom for
Wisdom.
perception.
I might save things. 9. I mean, it's not like I'm.
9. So, looking in there, and one of the machines looks like a tiny, like, kind of like the bird that you'd see on like a cuckoo clock, but just without the clock. Um, the light kind of hits it weird, and it kind of like shines in your eyes, which is an interesting feeling for you because you can't really see the best in the first place. But like, I don't know, it's a weird like thing for you.
Something you wouldn't be able to describe because you've never been blind
A
as
dead guy.
a partially blind person.
Yeah. But I need you to give me a dexterity check.
Uh, that will be a 16.
Great, because what happens next is a much larger, almost a mix of like an owl, eagle robot comes flying straight through the window. It knocks over everything in the display. It came from somewhere in the back. You didn't really quite catch it since the cuckoo bird kind of took your attention for a second, but you only barely get out of the way as it crashes out into a very busy street of at least 50 or so people like constantly passing by. You hear immediate panic as everyone's just like, what the fuck is happening? And pretty quickly after that, since of course you'd be very close to it, you just hear like tiny taps of this gnome running out, and he's like, Reginald! Reginald, get out of the barn, Reginald! What do you want to do, Daniel?
Uh, what?
You just saw, I would say, like a plain-sized bird.
Well, yeah, but are you asking like how I'd react to it?
Yeah, it's like you're probably you got out of the way.
I
Like you want
mean,
to do
yeah,
anything?
it's not my business though.
I mean, you can just walk away if you want.
I'm just gonna keep going, search for a different store, and act like nothing happened, so it can't be blamed on me.
Nice, nice, nice. Cleo, the bar immediately goes from the most interesting thing being you and a very tall dwarf arguing to a bunch of people going, "Is that a fucking bird?" It's like, "No, that's a robot." It's like, "What the fuck is a robot?" It's like, "I don't fucking know. He said it." It's like, "Who's?" As you also see a giant bird, but you see it like fly straight up. Do you want to do
Oh.
anything, Cleo?
I'm just gonna watch the bird.
Do you want to go outside to do that? As you exit the tavern, you see across the way the same gnomish knickknackery with a just newly renovated front window display. And you look straight up at this giant bird, and you hear the gnome running, just like, Reginald! He's still just at the top of his lungs yelling for whoever the Reginald is to get out of the bird. So you just watch and
Yeah, I'm just watching. I'm laughing.
okay.
Going, ha ha! Oh, this Reginald dude is he's a dummy.
um I would say about a couple minutes later, I would say Daniel, you're probably still looking at some shops nonchalantly. Um Depending, is there anything specifically you think you might be looking for or that your character might be more interested in than other
Uh,
things?
simple adventuring equipment.
Okay. Okay. Um, I would say then the next shop that would catch your eye is this very plain looking building that has a sign above it that says S rank. And it says adventuring armors. But you just see this dude outside, like in front of the place, just like sitting there, and he has like a cup in front of him, and he seems to be like waving people over, asking if they want to buy stuff. And you'd probably walk by him, and he'd probably be like, "Hey, you want some adventuring gear? We only serve the best."
Okay, I guess let's see what the best is.
He goes, "Oh, yes. The best is the best." As you see him stand up and he takes his cup and he puts it in front of him, he goes, "But only S-rank adventurers can come in here, which means there's a premium. Are you ready to hear what that is?"
Uh, well over how much money I have, so
No, not money. As you can see, as he like gets like very into your business, and this is a very scrawny looking elven man with uh uneven like dark brown hair, and he gets all up in your business, puts his arm around you and shows you this empty cup in his hand, and he goes, "This means that if you ever become anyone that you'll tell your friends," and he like moves you to look at his shop, "you'll tell them to come here." Yeah.
Mm, I suppose.
Wonderful! And you see him like literally throw the cup away, and it hits someone in the background that was probably running because they still don't know what the fuck is happening. But this dude seems chill. He doesn't give a fuck about where the hell was happening over there. Um, but you see him go up to the door. There's no windows on this. It is a very bland looking shop. But he opens the door and goes in, and the door's still open, and I'm assuming you follow suit.
Yes.
Going Cleo. Watching this giant bird, in about 2 or 3 minutes, you see it going from straight up, kind of diving down. By this point, guards have started coming together, and even some of the commanders around are, well, there's speak of commanders coming, but they're not here yet. But all the guards that are currently there, literally going, "What the hell's happening? How the hell do we get a bird out of the sky? I don't get paid for this." Um, you see, it kind of, what is it called? What is it called when the plane flips? Forgot the word, but basically it starts falling down and it stops flying almost completely. And the next thing you hear from the lovely gnomish fellow, no longer cares about who's in it. He just goes, "Did he just cut the engine?" He goes, "Turn the engine back on, you what are you doing?" And he's just like looking around. He's like, "What the?" It's almost like he doesn't know how to fly. He literally made it. He literally made it. Well, I guess we made it. Like, what is it? He's gonna get himself killed. What the hell? And at this point, most of the traffic on the road has stopped, but there is I'd say about 50-foot circle in this road, which is pretty much the entire road. Um, and this bird is coming down. You can visually see it become faster and faster before, I'd say, about 30, 40 feet above the ground. Its wings go out and it scrapes all on the back, straight down the middle of the road, straight towards the gnome. Leo, do you want to do anything?
Oh, I'll push the man out of the way.
Give me a dexterity check.
Dexterity. That's
I don't like the
That
spaghetti.
is dexterity and a d20.
oh no. He did a weird noise, a weird face. Okay, it a 10 plus 12.
Oh, you can run in there and you like tackle this gnome to get him out of the way. Funny enough, about a foot from where he was standing, you see the beak of this metal creature stop in the ground. And he's like, "What? Uh, thank you." And he like starts like pushing out of your arms, and he kind of like gets to his feet, and he goes over to the bird, and he's just like, "The, what'd you do? What'd you do? What did you do, Racket? What'd you do?" "I'm gonna kill Richard."
Oh.
I can't believe he would do this. Hey, you, pointing to Cleo, you don't happen to, as all the guards that were now there are obviously closing in, he pretty fastly gets cut off by that. But while that's happening, David, you enter a dark room. The only thing you can hear is the lovely man that brought you in here. He's like, "Don't move too far. I have to turn the lights on.
Okay.
So just stay right there." As
Uh,
you hear him bump into a few things. You hear a few things fall. But eventually, you hear what sounds like a pretty heavy chain being like pulled. And you hear like something raising, something else kind of like dropping, and an entire Rube Goldberg machine happens before all of the lights in lanterns around the room kind of very magically spark on to this very nicely decorated interior with very nicely chiseled stones. All the displays are made out of very nice dark woods. All of the items seem quality. He goes behind a desk in the back, which is straight in front of you. To the left, there are a bunch of shelves of things and more of the armor weapon type stuff. And to the right, there's more general equipment and things of that nature. But he sits there and he goes, "Welcome to S Rank, the only interdimensional market in the Citadel." Don't fact check that. Don't fact check that.
huh.
Usually when people come in here, they're like, "Wow, it's so nice. I thought it was gonna be really lame."
Yeah, well, I hear the future is gonna be using switches to turn on lights, so we'll see.
I think it adds to like the ambiance. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Anyway, uh, so how's the uh stuff going? I don't know. I'm still somewhat new to this whole adventuring thing.
Well, stuff's going great. Um, if you're new to adventuring, you came to the right place. And if you need any information, you found your guy, Leonore Tepesh.
Okay, I will not remember that name, but I guess we could start with weapons.
Okay. As he like does the sad face, but fair enough. But he kind of like walks to the left side of the room towards the back. He goes, "If you'll follow me this way, do you know kind of exactly what you want? Are you like, oh, I like blades? Are you more of a guns guy? I know
Uh,
that's coming into style. Um, Hammers?
I do like swords.
Swords. Great. Um, okay. I have the finest broadswords, short swords. I even have katanas. I have I think this is called kopish, something like that. I don't know. It's from the Great Desert. Um, it's cool, curvy sword. Um, any of these look cool? I can tell you that they are all dwarven craft made by my personal blacksmith. So I can tell you that it is better than any sword that you can buy on the market
Uh,
currently.
katana sounds interesting, wherever the fuck that's from.
Mm, I think somewhere in the Smoky Mountain, but honestly, never been there. So I think he kind of like looks at the shelves and he's like, give me 1 second as he goes to the back, as he goes right behind the counter, and he kind of like moves this curtain to the side that looks like a wall at first, but after he moves the curtain, it clearly shows that there is a door with a curtain over it. And he goes into the back, and it takes maybe like a few seconds for him to go, ah! And he comes out with this beautifully like golden etched katana that has like a dragon head on the pommel. And he's like, this, find baby what you're looking for. He opens it, and it's a nice looking katana. And he's like, yeah? Huh?
Yeah, it looks very great and
Wait, you said you don't have money,
expensive.
do you? Because you're new to this,
What?
right? You said you're new to adventuring, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you probably don't have. I'll be right back. This was not the first one to show. Though, if you ever come back, this katana even has a name. You want to know what
Um,
it's called?
I hopefully it's not as hard of a name as yours, but yeah.
Midas. It was named after the Golden Samurai. Um, yeah, that's. I actually have a paper about it. The person who gave it to me, there's a whole story to it. I honestly blanked, but it's really cool, and I'm gonna say it's magical.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be back. And he runs back into the back, and takes out a few much more simple katanas. These are just like uh, maybe I don't know what katanas usually wrapped with, like cord wrapped handles and like simple sheaths and things. He goes, "Do you have a preference on whether it is straight or bended?" As he like holds up one of each.
I assume bended rather than straight would do more damage, but I'm more used to long swords, so I'd assume straight might be better.
Yeah, I would say if you're used to long swords, the straight would definitely be better. I don't actually know if the bend helps. I don't actually know why they bent the sword, but it's not as weird as the one over there. So I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, how much would one normal straight ish katana be?
He goes over to the counter, puts it on the counter, and kind of bends down to look through his book. He says, "Oh, it won't be too bad, you know. It'll just be a very nice. How much do you have?
I
Just
have
like estimate. You don't have to tell me exactly, but like
I have about 50 gold.
oh yeah, 50 gold. That's okay. So you're richer than I thought. You know, you are deceptive, but no matter, it is, and I'll throw you a discount. 15 gold.
15. Okay, well, I mean, looks cool. Maybe it'll help me on my adventure thing that I am
Mm.
doing.
And a new thing I'm doing, which no one else is doing. Don't fact check that. If this breaks, chips, or you just don't like it, within 1 week, you can come back and I will give you all of your money back.
Oh, so it's like a a money back guarantee, would you say?
Yes, I can guarantee that you will get your money back.
Okay. Well, I don't think I will be coming back because I'd assume this is a great katana.
I think that is a great thing to assume. Also, I do have multiple colors, so if you have like a specific color you want,
Just
this one's just black, and the cord is also black. But like, I have red ones, and even if you really want to, I can rewrap one with a different color. If you want to like mix and match,
I'll just take the black one. Not
it's
looking
okay.
for anything like too perfect. Like, look at me. I'm not perfect myself.
Zombies are interesting creatures. There have actually been a rise in intelligent zombies in the past couple months. Did you know that?
Hmm. Would have never
There were
known.
more of you coming out of the woodwork. But here is your lovely katana.
All right.
Anything else I can help you with?
Uh.
Or you just want to, anything you need to know.
No, not necessarily. I feel like I figure it out as I go.
Wonderful, wonderful. And remember, anytime you need S rank, come back here. Open the door, and I will give you the gear of an S rank adventurer, guaranteed.
All right.
As we go back to Cleo, Cleo, you are now probably slightly pushed back from this man in the middle of uh, this street that is now calling this man that was originally like Reginald like 7,000 different R names. Um, and he's being questioned by the guards. What would you like to do?
I'm simply just going to walk away.
Okay. You simply walk away. You'll go left or right.
Left.
Oh, that's actually perfect. You go left. Anything particular you're walking away to?
Just getting away from the area.
Okay. Okay. Walking away. Walking away. Um, it's a nice day.
Yeah, it's very nice.
The streets are kind of congested, but are slowly but surely getting better. Um, you also get your eye caught by the rather bland uh, storefront of the S rank. Whether that would be an interest to your character or not is up to you, but um, it does visually stand out from every other store because it is just a very bland, windowless cube, pretty much. Um,
I'm interested in it.
well, then that's lovely because as you start walking towards it, um, Daniel, you are followed out by the lovely man. And he immediately, like, you're about to go through the door, and he immediately is like pushes past you and picks up a random can that I don't even know how got there. And he immediately goes up to you, Cleo, and goes, "Hey there, how you doing? Are you looking for the best adventuring gear you can find in the Citadel?" Let me stop you right there. You have come to the right place. This is S-Ray. As he gets way too close to you, puts his arm around your shoulder, and makes you stare at the sign. And this is all right in front of you, Daniel. You're just like, is he doing this? Is he doing the same? Does he do this for everyone?
Honestly, I feel like Daniel's not even shocked.
Probably not. Honestly, he does it so. I mean, you did talk to him, but he just does it so naturally, so in with whatever he does. But yeah, Cleo, what is your response? He goes, was it too much?
Yes.
Oh, it worked for him. Did you walk away right after?
Yeah. Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just kind of walked out.
Yeah, he points to no one. He goes, worked for him? Oh, he's gone. There was a dude here. But anyways, gear, adventurer. Are you an adventurer? You look.
I don't know. I like adventuring. Guess you can say I'm an adventurer.
Then you are as adventurer as they come. You have everything you need. You look a little underprepared. You got some weapons. Some. I guess you can call that armor.
I have an orc's
But do
head.
you have everything you need?
I have an orc's head.
I also have an orc's head. I bet mine is cooler than yours, though.
I mean, you want to see it?
Kind of.
Take out my orc head and show it to him.
Huh. Interesting. I think you are definitely the kind of adventurer who should shop at S-Rank.
You have here. Yes.
Oh, let me show you. As he kind of like brings you forward, but like once you get like halfway to the door, he immediately goes in front of you, stops you, he goes, but before I can show you, he holds up the can. There is a premium. I knew you would say that. He shows you the empty cup. When you become someone, all you have to do, and this cup signifies, all you have to do is send him here. Yeah?
Hmm. Hmm. Okay.
It's good to be thorough. Cutting back to Daniel.
I was just
What do you
kind of
think?
sitting outside, waiting for something to happen, like
There
leaning on a
are
wall,
a
like nearby.
plethora of benches and things. There's even actually a small park not too far away from you. But if you do
No,
just want to find a wall, you definitely could.
I'm just kind of like leaning against the wall of the S rank.
Oh, okay. So you see the lovely pitch that definitely got you hooked on this store.
Well, I wasn't hooked on it. It was kind of just like, oh yeah, I'm just here
Nope,
to
you were
get.
so hooked on this
Oh,
store. As he leads his next victim in, um, the same charade happens where you come into a dark room, hearing the chain, and this time he bumps into a lot less things, probably because he did this about 5 seconds ago, turned the lights back off somehow, and yada yada yada. But you are greeted with the same very nicely furnished chamber with weapons and armor on the right and equipment on the left, a very fine counter in front of you. And he goes, this is the best equipment you can find on the market right now.
Are you sure about that?
Positively. Don't fact check that.
I feel like I should fact check it.
No, 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 no. You see, actually, he goes behind the counter and holds up a sign, and he takes out this like sign that he puts on his desk. Don't fact check that. Rule number 1.
That's your rule, though. If
He
you're gonna
pulls out
say
another card. Rule number 2. I do happen to make the rules here.
Okay.
And rule number 3, he pulls out a non-existent note card. This is, as he does like a spin around the counter, this is the only interdimensional shop that you will find in the Citadel. Isn't that so cool? Don't fact check that.
But I think on the way walking here, I think I saw that.
You see him do the thing to where they're like, they want to say stuff, but they're like, uh, mm, they were lying. You know how merchants are. Shifty people.
That means that you're shifty?
No. See, I am an adventurer.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. I even have. You see him take out an adventurer's badge. He is a gold rank adventurer. An adventurer's license. So you can trust me from adventurer to adventurer. I swear on my name, Lenore Tepesh, that I am not a shifty man and I just want to get you the best equipment for your lovely adventures.
I mean, do you have any new staff, I guess?
Quarterstaves. Yes, but to that I only have to ask you one thing. Do you just want a boring old wooden quarterstaff?
I don't care.
No. Well, I thought you might say that. So you see him go over to about the third-ish row from the back, and he takes out this maybe like foot-long pipe, and he comes over and he goes, "Don't you think that, walking around with a quarterstaff sometimes can be pretty cumbersome?"
Uh-huh.
Exactly. What if I told you that I could give you everything you love about a quarterstaff and you could put it in your pocket? You see him put it in his pocket and it doesn't fit. And he goes, and you could put it in a sheath as as he steals a sheath off his shelves and puts it in it and it falls to the bottom. I also do make specially designed packs for things like this, but it's on the other side of the room. And this was closer.
That's a cool staff, but mine can kind of do the folding thing too.
I bet that this one could trump yours.
I doubt that.
He shows you the foot long pipe. He goes, "Is yours? What is yours made out of? Is it seems to be some kind of metal? It seems to like fold in on itself. But you know what that means? That means that all those little parts letting it fold in on itself, they can break. And wouldn't it be bad if you hit someone with that quarterstaff and it, I don't know, broke in half?"
Well,
What did you just knock over?
I just knocked over your pins.
Exactly. This quarterstaff, you see him ejected and it makes quarterstaff is completely magic. This is a completely one rod quarterstaff made of the highest forged steel. I guarantee it won't break unless you throw it in the bowels of a terrace.
How much is it?
See, that's where I think I've got you even further. This one will only go for. He runs back to the counter, gets a book, starts thumbing through it, and goes, "This quarterstaff will only run you 3 gold."
3 gold?
Oh, you think that's expensive? That is a discount compared to the same
I'll take
lovely
it.
magical craftsmanship that you would find anywhere else.
I'll take it.
As he folds it back up, he puts it on the counter. He says, "You got yourself a new lovely quarterstaff."
Woo!
Ooh.
Hmm.
Anything else I can help you with?
I'm good. Do you buy things off of people?
Depends on what you're trying to sell.
Well, my hold on, I gotta do math.
Hold on, I gotta do math.
So, my good friend, do you perhaps would take this black skull I have?
Um, I, you pull a lot of random things out of your bag, don't you?
From my previous adventure I had.
You know, we might just become friends one day. Yeah, I'll bite. How much you want for it?
I don't really know what this black skull does.
How about this? I'll give you 5 silver.
Hmm.
I think that's a steal for a skull. I mean, the only thing cool about it is that it's black.
I
I
would say a
assume.
little bit higher.
Is it like magical?
I am going to assume that it's magical.
I don't actually have anything to. Do you have like a? Are you a magic person? You do wizard stuff?
I am a magic person, yes.
Can you magic it up? I guess if you're magic, you'd probably know if it's magic. So
I mean, it seems like magic. I mean, it would assume a galactic cube.
so it's clean. Interesting.
Yeah.
Give me a give me a persuasion check with advantage.
What's your, what is that? A
20 plus your
D20?
charisma modifier.
You,
You're gonna roll twice and take the highest.
I'm also proficient in
Then
charisma.
you also get to add a +2, which is your proficiency bonus.
23.
He goes 1 gold. Take it or leave it.
Mm, I think you can go maybe 4 gold.
So you're choosing to leave it. Okay.
Well,
Anything
no,
else?
I'm not choosing to leave it. I'm just trying to bargain.
Um, you, I mean, you did pretty good, but you didn't really you kind of sold it, but like usually there's like some give and take, like going back and forth. It's
I'll just take the 1 gold.
Yeah, there you go. He puts 1 gold on the counter and takes the skull and goes, worst case scenario, this is my new bowl. And he just like puts it on the desk. That's just like an ornament. He goes, anything else?
That'll be it.
He goes, wonderful. And remember, if you ever do anything, ever need anyone that needs supplies, you just come back here to Lenore. S rank.
Okay.
And he, again, he follows you out, going back out on the streets. Daniel, give me a perception check.
Okay. That was wisdom, correct?
Yeah.
That. The 21.
Okay. So, while you're just standing on the wall, kind of taking everything in, looking around, you see the whole thing with the bird is getting more or less taken care of. The people have kind of like moved to the side. Traffic's going a little bit more back to normal. On the side of the street that you are on, you see basically a pickpocket chain happen. It's maybe like 5 feet in front of you, but just like focusing on the crowd, you see like four shifty individuals that kind of, one of them kind of like walks up and stumbles through like three or four other people. And in that, you see three other people that act like they also kind of stumble to just be like, oh no, this guy fell or something. Um, but you see like these really quick hand switches, and even some people like throwing things to other people. This is a very professional pickpocket. Um, by the end of it, there's a few yells of people getting off their shit and stuff, but they do get away with it. And the group of people even sit like 10 feet away from you, just like chilling. You just see them kind of like going through their stuff, and you assume just like going through the things that they've stolen as they all kind of like take out bags and things. What you also see, just kind of for the fuck of it, um, there are, this city is an interesting place. There's a lot of random stuff that happens. The actual like king and the things he does are not really aligned with any other kingdom. It's a very free and like progressive place, and it's very inclusive. So you see a lot of like all manners of people, but the streets like almost fill with these more like shady figures on this street. And you see across the way on a building just like the silhouette of someone that seems to be staring at you.
Hmm. Well, I guess what I would do is probably just be vigilant in general, because I'm not gonna be vigilant towards that person in general because I just seen a whole group action happen. So I guess like kind of just keeping my eye around, making sure nobody's coming close to me, I guess.
You're keeping your arms in, making sure you're noticing all this shifty activity. You're kind of preparing yourself, making sure it won't happen.
Yeah.
Fairly close after, you see the satyr and Lenore come out of the building. That kind of like breaks all of this interesting happenings. Um, Cleo, what are you doing after you leave?
Do I see this happening?
No, I mean, technically you do see the people in their bags, but you don't know that they just stole something, and you definitely can't see the person across the way, especially because he just came out of the building.
Alright, I'm just gonna probably walk in that direction.
While while she's walking, though, I'm gonna kind of like real quickly like tap her shoulder to try to get her attention. Does this work? Do I get your attention?
I don't know, do you? Yes.
You tap her shoulder, she's like, I don't know, do you? You're just like, what the I just tapped your shoulder.
um, but he points back to like the people counting their money or like the bags and stuff like that, and I kind of just say they're like kind of shifty, and I'm pretty sure I watched them pickpocket a whole bunch of people's stuff that I wouldn't probably go that way, at least not alone.
If they pickpocket me, then they don't know what they're dealing with.
Yeah, but if they pickpocket you without you knowing, then
They can't pickpocket anything. Look, my legs are literally fur. I can't hide anything.
people who pickpocket generally find their way around. But I guess so be it. But you've gotten out of the S rank. So are you like an adventurer?
Uh, I guess you can say that.
Mind me coming along, trying to figure out this whole adventure thing.
Sure. I
Alright.
don't mind.
Well, I guess I follow wherever she's going. Of course, keeping an eye out to what I just seen. But
Great thing to say. Because right when y'all start walking down the street, um, you hear birds chirping and things, but you do notice behind you that the people get up. And just because you're kind of like honed in on these things right now, they don't seem like they just happen to be done with whatever they're doing. Also, looking over the figure in the rooftop, they seem to be following you or shadowing you as you guys walk.
hmm. Uh, in this area, would pulling out a weapon be like against? I'm guessing it'd be against something.
Be just pulling out your weapon isn't against anything. You would know that like duels are not that uncommon. Um, Now like it will get you attention, but like you won't just be arrested because you take a sword out.
I feel like since I have a hand axe, I feel like I'd have that just kind of in my hands, kind of being like, maybe it'll keep these guys away.
And you can definitely hold a hand axe in a way that's like it's in your hand ready, but everyone might not be like, oh, he's about to go like axe a bitch.
Yeah, so discreetly hold a hand axe or
Yeah. Give me give me a stealth check real quick, which is a d20 plus your dexterity modifier.
that'll be an 18.
18. Um so as you kind of get that these people are shadowing you, since you I don't know, do you want to make it obvious that you know that this is happening?
I kind of, yeah, I kind of do.
Okay. Okay. So how are you gonna make it known? Because you did pull out a hand axe and like looking at it, you kind of get looks, but they still seem dude over there doesn't really change. The people behind you definitely are following you. They're trying to make it look as casual as possible, and they're doing a fairly good job. They're decent thieves,
But
but
I already know.
yeah, you already know. So yeah, how you gonna make it known that you know that they're pieces of shit?
Um, I guess by like kind of like pointing out that we're being followed. Yeah, or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, you can just tell your companion, hey, we are currently being
We're being
stalked.
followed by thieves. All right.
Uh, okay.
Um, and to that, you actually see the ones behind you do kind of like they keep going for a little bit, but they kind of like one by one, kind of like go into shops or sit at a bench. Um, again, just trying to act as casual as possible. Though the person all the way on the rooftop, they don't stop shadowing you. You see them stop for a moment, and it kind of goes back out of view. Um, but you still have almost like a sixth sense that that person's not gone, and you don't necessarily know why, but you just have this weird feeling that something's not right.
Hmm. Is it possible I could like? I guess I can't really be any more prepared than me having my hand out to be prepared for a battle. Because I feel like at this point you would just be like, "Oh, well, I'm probably gonna get like attacked." Leave.
Yeah. This would be a great time. Anytime you want, you can, if you think might need something, you can always ready an action. So if you want to, you could ready an action to attack someone if you are attacked, or some kind of prerequisite that when I say something will make you do that action.
I guess I'd do that.
Okay. So you're just waiting for someone to attack you?
I'm waiting. I'm preparing for somebody to attack me as soon as we like leave the town square.
Okay. Okay. So it is daytime. And it is I'd say maybe noon. It's probably about noon, maybe a little past noon, but there's a lot of people out. Walking through, even though you have this bad sense, nothing really happens. But you do get to kind of the middle of the market square. There's this big, like, really elaborate fountain, and this big, like, circle, like, courtyard area with there's like patches of grass, there's benches. You see a couple bards around that are just playing for money. You even see two of them that were like playing separately and then like looked at each other and were like, ah, fuck it, let's play together. And the crowds thin slightly. So now there's a little bit more room to breathe, but there's still fairly a lot of people.
Hmm.
So you guys going anywhere in particular?
Uh,
Just walking around?
you going anywhere particular?
No. I'm just walking.
Me either. I think I'm just walking too, because I'm kind of just following you. Like,
No, I'm following you.
I was following you. I was following you because I didn't know what I was doing because I'm new to adventuring.
Listen,
Cleo.
I am no longer part of my adventuring team for a reason.
Uh, I mean, I guess well, if we're gonna do adventuring, I guess we could find a bounty board or something nearby. I guess, or we could just like leave the town to go adventure. I'd assume that's what we're supposed to do.
Let's go leave town. Adventure.
All right.
Okay. So this is a massive city. Um, from one wall to the other is an entire day of travel. Y'all were relatively close to the middle of the market square, so you could definitely get to the second wall by the end of the night.
I guess
Well, not by the end of the night, by night.
we'll do that. Have to go to bed somehow because realistically, we do gotta cut it off today or right now.
Oh, well, that's fine because all the walls, because it is big travels, most taverns that are like really like to be close to there. So it is not, they're even like specifically just lodging places for you guys to go.
Well, does that cost? Because if so, then I'll probably do that.
There is all manner. Do you really care about how well it is? How like fancy and
No,
nice
I
it
think
is?
it's just kind of a place to sleep that we feel safe.
The cheapest one you could find, if I can find it, is 1 silver.
Well, I guess I just. Are you going separately,
Separately?
like a separate lodge?
I can go to the same lodge. I can pay for myself.
Well, that's conflicting because you said we could go to the same lodge, but you can also pay for yourself. Because that's you can pay the gold.
Okay.
Right? Well, I guess I pay the gold, or not the gold, but the silver.
I was about to say you go in there. Tavern keeper's like, you want how many rooms? You want 10 rooms? Is that what you want? Is that why you're giving me a gold piece?
Yes,
But
10 rooms.
but no, easy enough. It does come with breakfast, things like that, but you can easily find somewhere to stay.
Alright. And I'm guessing we sleep, so that is the end of
That is
this
the end
episode.
of this episode of D&D. I got such weird rolls.
Did you leave it?
No, I have my. Well, bye, podcasters.
Should I say
Welcome to our D special podcast. Probably have one per 2-3 months.
Probably.
Yeah, one per 2-3 months. Figure it out eventually. We'll continue the adventure of Daniel and the other person.
Hello.
The other person. Well, bye podcast.
Bye,
people.
podcast.